Hi there, Crypto here. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about this trade I've got going on at the moment. If you watched the video yesterday, you'll see that I started off this trade. And it was basically just to show you how Bitget worked, and I managed to get in a long position down at 34488. Okay, now since then, what I did, I set a kind of a safety order kind of down here, really low, so just in case the price came down there. But the price didn't do that. The price went up. So earlier on I had a stop loss here, and then also had a cancelled that, and I put a long position down here, and just in case the price came back, but it hasn't done that. So now I'm at the situation now where the price has pumped up a little bit, and my trade is currently $733 in profit, which is really good. And I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't think it is actually, but I've decided to try and increase my position by setting another long position here, which will effectively double the size of my trade. But obviously when I do that, the percentage profit will go from 34% or whatever it will be then to half that. So it will give me less of a margin to play with, which is a little bit worrying. And that's normally when I kind of get it all wrong and the price comes down again, and then I end up making like 2% profit rather than 40%. So I'm making this video to show you not what to do. Having said that, I feel the price is really bullish at the moment, so I'm I'm sort of confident it might be different this time, and I did just put that out on my Telegram group as well. You can see that here. Okay, so I said the FOMO's kicked in and moved my second entry up to slightly over 35k. This is where I always F up, but maybe this time it'll be different. I did say I might have had a drink, by the way, so definitely do your own research and not financial advice. It is worth noting as well, this other thing I pointed out here, which is up here, it's the funding rate. So generally, when market conditions are really like flat and neutral, you will see the funding rate at 0.01. Okay, now it's now at 0.071, which implies that there are more people who are short than long. Now, generally, most people are wrong. So it is possible we might see another short squeeze. That means the price goes up and all the people in shorts get liquidated. If that happens, it's normally quite a dramatic increase in price. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that the order I've set here, which is just around about the level of the little pump we had this morning, if it comes down here, that fills, and then the price goes up again. I've got a feeling it's going to miss. It's going to miss my entry by about like $5 or something crazy like that. But I'll keep the trade running and see what happens. I mean, if it does take off to the moon, I don't care, because I'm nicely in profit anyway. 35%, $763. I'm not going to complain at that. That's a good day's work. Okay, so I'll turn my back for a minute, and that's exactly what happened. It came down. Where did it come down to? It came down to there, 35.029, which is pretty much where my entry was, wasn't it? And it filled. So what I want to happen now is for it to go up, because I'm only 17.77% in profit, but I am $778 in profit, because obviously what I've just entered with has doubled my position. So my position, because it's on 20x leverage, my position is actually $87,000, so it's quite a big position. So what would make sense now is if I put a stop loss in here. And this is the bit where I always go wrong, you see, because I always set it too high, and then the price comes down and that's it. I'm out of the trade again, and then I've had a ginormous trade and I've only made like a few bucks out of it. So I'll leave it for the moment and see what the price does now. Let's have a look at the charts on TradingView. Okay, so this is the 5-minute time frame, and I'm looking at the whole suite indicator here, which has been nice and thick and green. It's now starting to go a little bit thin. So if I see any inkling of this going like red, then I shall probably close the trade where it is, because that would mean that the price is going to come down again. However, I don't know, I just feel there's something in the air tonight. Sound like Phil Collins tonight. Yeah, the VWAP is this indicator here, which implies we're at the kind of top of what it's going to do, and it could come down as far as here, like 34.417. WaveEdge works better on a higher time frame, so that's showing like liquidations up here. That's not surprising. Still showing that green cross down there, and there's no sign of like a red cross here. Let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame. That's looking good. This is tricky. I think this may go up a little bit more, but this whole suite is bothering me because that kind of implies that it should come down any minute now. But that was quite an increase we had tonight. That was like, sort of 1.35%, which is quite a big deal for Bitcoin. So let's just wait a few minutes. It's coming up to midnight now in the UK. That's UTC time. So maybe something will happen at midnight. Okay, so we're about $10 above where I entered with the second entry. So we're not technically out of the money with that second one at the moment. But if it goes any lower, I will be. That would have been like a dumb move. I've currently changed the 3-minute time frame. I know these are really like small time frames, but I just want to get an idea of what's going on with the trend now. So the whole suite here looks a bit different on the 3 minutes. So you can see this has already gone red. So will that go green? And if so, will that mean that the 5-minute one will do some sort of like a little bit of red then go green again? It does that sometimes, not very often, but it might do. So what it did here, look, it went green, red, then green again, then a nice pump. That could happen again. I'm not sure how long I can stay awake tonight. I'm going to keep recording this video for like another hour or so. I think that's probably worth it. And of course, the other thing to note is that at midnight UTC, the VWAP standard deviation bands version 2 kind of resets and it goes all tiny again. The price movement sort of bashes out these upper and lower limits. So at the moment, it's like it seems to be sort of recovering a little bit. Okay, so it's Sunday morning now, and what happened in the middle of the night? I kind of woke up at about 4 o'clock, and I decided to add a bit more to the position. So what I did was I set a long up here at 35244. This was a bit of a mistake actually because it came down after that, but that did fill anyway. So I think the lesson there is don't trade in your sleep or when you're half asleep or almost completely asleep. But anyway, that added to the position up here, and it's come down since, and it's on its way back up again. So it's not looking too bad. Currently $899 in profit. It does mean the position size is rather large now. That it's like $108,000. Now this is because it's 20x leverage. I'm actually using the margin is actually 0.15 Bitcoin. I think 0.15 is about $5,000. Now there are a few things to watch out for. So this was the kind of 4 o'clock in the morning, and I shouldn't have done that entry up here because this whole suite was green and thick, and it was starting to go thinner. And indeed, it did go red. It came down, and it came down as far as 35.074, and then it's on its way back up now. So it's gone green now. So I'm hoping for this kind of level up here, 35,300. But really, I want to see 36,000. That'd be great. However, if we look at the price that the CME closed out on Friday, it was 34,890. So the chances are that sometime maybe later today or early tomorrow morning, the price will come back down to 34,890. So I need to decide when to get out of this trade. What I'll probably do is when this gets up here, hopefully, I will sort of set a stop loss. Actually, I've got one here already, and I'll just kind of move this up, a little bit. And if it comes down, it'll close. But there's always a chance it could run away and, go really high. If so, I'll be prepared for that. It's always tricky on a Sunday, though, because markets just do weird things. But I would say for the next 6 hours, it's probably going to go up. And then after that, I haven't a clue what's going to happen. So I'll probably be looking at taking profits
Anyway, so that's what I'm doing with this trade. And it's really funny because this was just the one I started off, because I was making a video about how to set a long up, and I didn't go very neatly into the trade, but it's actually working out all right. And like I was saying before, this is the $2,000 that I brought over from ByBit in September, and that's now worth $10,221, which is great, isn't it? So it just shows you it can be done. If you're fairly careful, you're not too impulsive, and you just, look at the charts, don't make stupid decisions. And if the trade really isn't going your way, then, cut your losses, close the trade down, and then look for another one. That said, I haven't really had a negative trade since September. There's been a couple where I've made a little mistake and, I've lost like $50 or something. Anyway, if you want to try this kind of thing out, but you haven't got any money, you can go to demo trading here. And you can do all these various accounts here. So you can do the USDT M, coin M like what I'm doing here, and the USDC one, which I've never used. But if we have a look at this, so you've got a Bitcoin to play with there, whole Bitcoin. So you can have a mess around here and do what you want. And if you lose the money, doesn't matter. If you win loads of money, doesn't matter either, because it's not your money, it's pretend money. But it will give you an idea about what trading is all about. So if you haven't got a Bitget account, go to savewithcrypto.org/Bitget. And when you do make a deposit, if you make more than a $300 deposit, you will get a bonus. And that bonus, depending on how much you deposit, will be up to $30,000. And that is the best offer you'll find on Bitget in the world. So maybe I'll do a video about using the demo account. If you think that would be useful, then let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, give the video a like, make sure you're subscribed, and above all, tell your friends.